Hello, we're back again on your favorite program, TALKSHOP, TS, where we tell it like it is and let the chips fall where they may. And as we say all the time, truth crashed to earth shall rise again. Crashing the said dang, truth do your swine, rise it. And again, I promise that we want to make sure we abide by this promise, man, that those of you who are involved in Jandam, we shall suffocate you with the truth. Charlie. Anyway, and as we say all the time, folks, what time is it, man? And as you always say, it is nation time. It's nation time. It's nation time. We have to build this nation, folks. We have come to the crossroads where left will take you to chaos, right to prosperity. Right. Let us march on to prosperity because the signs are there and we can do it. Anyway, before I continue today, man, let me first of all express my profound gratitude to all of you listeners and the wonderful comments you've been sending me. I want you to know that I really, really, really do appreciate it. There's just one request that I also make. Share. I mean, the comments show me that you're all ready for nation building. But let's not just be between us. As soon as you get it and you enjoy it, please share. If you have platforms that you're on, WhatsApp groups, whatever it is, share. Because we want to create the biggest platform for nation building. Because, yes, that's what this is all about, man. We want to build this nation. And we want to keep the focus on the nation. And it's very, very interesting. Before I start again, let me give a big up to, I think it's Channel 1. Channel 1 and Bernard Avler of CitiFM. I think he's a general manager now. Folks, just give me 2 minutes to give them a big up. It's very interesting because on my 100th episode, this is what I said. I said we all have a part to play in this nation building. And I spoke about the media. And when I saw what Channel 1 and CitiFM, Bernard Avler and team were doing with the Agrifair, I was so impressed. Folks, it was an amazing success. And so I want to use this platform to congratulate Channel 1, to congratulate CitiFM, to congratulate Bernard Avler and your team that Pacho Maya, they big them up, man, big them up. Big them up. And this is what we're talking about too. We are now talking about, I think the president has mentioned that he's going to introduce a program called Feed Ghana, but it's all agricultural based.
Time has come for bold and decisive actions. We must no longer treat agriculture as an afterthought. Agriculture must be placed at the center of our national economic transformation. In this spirit, my government is rolling out the Feed Ghana program under the broader theme of Agriculture for Economic Transformation Agenda, AETA.
And for a media house to decide on their own that we're going to have an Agrifair, it's called the Agrifair, to get all the stakeholders together to push this agricultural agenda was fantastic. It was. And I think it was a 3-day thing. On one episode, I saw the one that the Minister of Agric was there. There were all these stakeholders. He went to the stand where he was talking to the gentleman from CSIR because they had a stand. Remarkable stuff.
So this is the seed we sell to farmers. Okay. These are certified because people are going around selling fake seeds to farmers. So we always want you to come over to the CSIR Farm Research Institute to get your planting material for both the coconuts and the oil palm. Right. From the exhibition, the response we are getting, the people are saying, oh, they say it is tall, they say it is short. By the time we go, it's not what we are expecting. Come to the CSIR Farm Research Institute and get your planting material from us. And we are sure of the quality that you're going to have on your farm.
We are arranging a meeting with you, CSIR. So take your time. We'll create that platform and then even bring the investors together We want researchers and then investors to interface for us to see what we can do. So just be patient. That platform will be created.
Remarkable stuff that it was so good to know that all these things were made in Ghana. You know, and that's the first step. Oh. The next step is to keep improving and improving. Then the exports will follow. And when I was listening to that Greek minister, I was very impressed. This is a man that I can say, yes, he has his focus on building a nation through agric. And the kinds of stuff he was saying when he was interacting with the stakeholders.
We are advocating that every Ghanaian must have a garden, a home garden in the house. We want every Ghanaian to take advantage of the rich soil and produce something small in the house to support the cost of feeding in the house. And it's good you are sharing this with us.
Missy Master, what been? My dear? Show him some love, man. And for me, you know, those of us who are obsessed with nation building, anything like this gives us the hope, gives us the vim that we are heading towards the right direction. And I have to congratulate the media for deciding to add their influence to the resetting. I don't think they went there and said politically, I call you resetting. No, it was just about doing their duty as citizens and not just spectators. If the president is talking about let's reset agric, let's do this, and they have added to it by having, to date, the best Agrifair so far. Absolutely outstanding. Mayadi. One more time for them. Okay. So folks, today, you know, I'm only saying this because it just really supports what I said when I was celebrating our 100th episode, the last one, and I was saying that we all have a role to play. And for me, this is just one example of what the media can do if they put their minds to it. Amazing. So let's go on. This is all about nation building. And folks, the interesting thing that we should all know about nation building is this. Whichever political party is in power, make that the numero uno agenda that you have. Everything else in here, you know. And I'll be talking about a few things. I'm going to talk a little bit about the NPP front, in terms of where we are now, in terms of nation building. Then I'll talk about the NDC front on the same basis. You know, how are we maintaining that focus that this is our country and whatever happens, we will build this country. Let me start with what is happening on the NPP front, and then after that, we can talk about the NDC, then we talk about our general agenda of nation building. You know, to my friends in the NPP, I am a bit confused. Let me tell you why. You know, you all are getting together to come up with a flag bearer for 2028. Maybe this is my personal opinion, and I could be totally wrong. But I really believe, folks, say if I was in the NPP, I would tell Charlie, let us chill. And let you know the word that Muhammad is using, resetting. I think the NPP needs to reset. And after resetting, then they can think of bouncing back. But as is it today, folks, listen to this, folks. In the front-running position for NPP flag bearership, we have His Excellency Dr. Bawumia, who has announced it. And so far, the keenest competitor is candidate Japan. But other names are coming up who are all keen on becoming flag bearers for the NPP. I have heard being thrown about, Kwabena Japan is in there. I've heard possibly Adainimo. I've heard Edrichum. And I've heard Brian Champon. These are the names so far. You know, who knows? Maybe more will come in, but these are the names so far that are very keen on winning power in the next election, 2028. Now, this is the problem I'm facing. and I could be very, very wrong. I think, during the Bawumia, the last one, among the people that actually campaigned for the Bawumia are Kennedy Japan, who specifically said on a number of occasions that if Ghana is to survive, if we are to benefit from the economy, then the man we should elect is Bawumia.
To number one, if he said Dr. Bawumia Mwane Nana Akufo-Addo essaying above 3 years as a whole buying Ama Enkola 5.7 million actually across secondary school. Chaboy, the cost of free SHS law, the only person obetimi aba protected Ama wumi a wofie oba wofie I want to go school at Jimmy. This is Automa Dr. Bawumia. December 7th, Motu Abama NPP. Mia Kasa, Baba Besi, 12 classroom block, and they are checking.
And that's what Kennedy himself said. He threw his support for Bawumia. And not only him, I know there were occasions where even my good friend Kwabena Japan also on occasions also backed Bawumia as the candidate.
The energy that he's brought back to the party. I mean, of course, when you've been in office for 8 years, there's always some level of apathy. But again, from your own interview with Dr. Bawumia, he was someone who did not insert himself into the primaries. Very humble, good interpersonal skills. He was able to win over much everybody. So he's one leader who has been able to weld this party together. He's like a glue for the New Patriotic Party, and it's good for us.
And specifically, what's his name? Brian Champon, he was talking about breaking the 8. And the whole concept of breaking the 8 was that Bawumia would continue. He would be handling the 3rd term. So for me, a campaign for breaking the 8 was simply a campaign for Bawumia. And Brian Champon was very vehement on that.
NDC, ebegu. Na se what did your margin say? What did the patapa? Any person say we never be 2024 now. The veterans say we have the band. The veterans say we have the band. We have the band. Say NPP party ya ba ben we. See ya ba be the platform so near the power ama NDC. Esida.
Brian Champong saying break the 8. Because he supported that the Bawumia will be the next president. Okay? Kennedy Japan talking about Bawumia is the person to go was directly telling us that Bawumia is the candidate. Kwabena Japan also endorsed Bawumia. So folks, this is what I'm saying. If you have 3 people that endorsed him as the candidate, what has happened this time? Now that he has offered himself to run, all you other candidates are basically challenging him. And all I'm saying is that indirectly you are telling us that you do not see him as qualified to be the front runner. If you saw him as a qualified person to be the front runner, then you should all come together in unity, as all of you are preaching anyway. Everybody is preaching unity now. Why don't you all come together and say, no, this is the candidate we endorsed for president. The last election, he didn't win, but this time we are presenting him again, and all of us, especially those who specifically spoke for him, we are behind him. If you're not behind him, then why not? Kennedy, what's your vote to my way?
Dr. Bawumia to number one, if he said Dr. Bawumia Mwane Nana Akufo-Addo essaying above 3 years as a whole buying Ama Enkola 5.7 million actually across secondary school. Chaboy, the cost of free SHS law, the only person na obetimi aba protect ama wumi a wo fie oba wo fie a won sunsu obeko school atimi akobi no this automa Dr. Bawumia.
I feel they were saying the track record no is so bad that he's not even shouldn't even be in the works.
I was suspecting the way the year 2016 okay economy who was and compensation see our call round to make economy was. The man said when Mahama media no crazy in Mumpa and I can Japan or my NDC ammunition NDC for Muntikuruma. When the man said, say, when your fundamentals are weak, your exchange rate will expose you. When he was saying that $1 was 4 cedis, and the current DC for say 3 cedis, 80 pesos, and today 11.5. The rate of depreciation. What are we going to say? And to me, the baby no credit be aniaka. Now they were unfairly or a mate.
All I'm saying is this: if you're looking for the unity that you want, then the angle that you're working on is quite interesting. And there are all these talks. Me, I'm not a deep partisan person who knows that the whole idea of getting Bawumia elected first before the executives are elected are always a means of skewing the election so that Bawumia becomes the undisputed candidate. That's what most of them are saying. This is what most of them are saying. In effect, what they are saying is that, you know, this thing is going to, it has all the signs of rigging for Bawumia. Bawumia is saying, I passed as vice president. So logically, move me to the next step. Massa, what passed the vice president? No? And so the next step is president. He says, I've passed.
Maybe the president pay. Me a vice president. Obia di adansie say if Ghana vice presidents are umwaba Ghana has since independence. Unya vice president waye ejuma asin Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. Unya maybe 33 different policies about as vice president. 33. That he cannot point to one. Bakupe Onibi as vice president. Baku Ebinio. Maybe to me 33 as vice president. Almost say agrono besoa free and up. And yes, sir. If you say vice president, they my passing job. No, if you won't promote me, let me go here president.
So now move me there to be president. And then those who actually in the last election were saying that yes, you are the one to be president, now they are contesting you.
He gave 170 questions to Vice President Emisata to answer. And then they also your Vice President or President Tedia Yentimi and Kanya Waka. Also, you have the inflation and the lock and key. Is that what is going on from 11% to 47%? Is it an insult or the truth? Because I'm telling you your own words that you use. I'm repeating it. And we have to be bold and speak the truth for the country, for the good of Ghana.
Your Excellency, what does that mean? Omane, those who are backing you to be president.
December 7th, Motu Obama NPP. Miakasa, remember Bessie, 12 classroom block, and they are checking.
They are now saying that no, you can't be president because in a sense you feel the party.
I was suspecting the way the year 2016 okay economy was and compensation see our call round to make economy was. The man said when Mahama media no crazy in Mumpa and I can Japan or my NDC ammunition NDC for Muntikuruma. When the man said, say, when your fundamentals are weak, your exchange rate will expose you. When he was saying that $1 was 4 cedis, and the current DC for say 3 cedis, 80 pesos, and today 11.5. The rate of depreciation. Obanyini, what are we going to say? And media baby, no credit be aniaka. Neither you are unfairly young or a mate.
So, but I understand, folks. I understand every single person who's running for the flag bearership.
Emreba, Nemrichum. The Sabre ye party, Yancy say, I nyame ya domwa, NPP, baby a quiet to her. I'm a war person to Franca, Wako Fakrata, now do ding, Ako Kahun, Amiato Swaba. Emre Dua, Mwadaroma, Mepese, me Jinebi, Namin so, Makutusa Franke, Ediama, me party. Nese midim kunimwa, mabeye o mampeni ama munyina. Na mujidi ya munya omimwa ma, mekwa education ministry, bebeye minister, amubu mabaso, ewo mwantin so no, minimse, sejidi no, ena delegates, eni wama Kenya ni Ghana fo nyina, mulibeta mechi. Na sejidi no, ene namso, emema dachi, mwada Roma, betimi edi omayeni. Mneden se science from kwa, ewa abruchi memo no, yedi biya baha. Na yetimi ehun se yenso isi mu achede nenso nkechi oman fapim efri omampani odi kan pe so bedru sa abre no ye ba beto so na oman dachi ebe yefe.
And why they are running against Baumia? Because honestly, the track record is that of failure and disappointment. And if you want any evidence to that, just check the results of the election and how overwhelmingly the people decided to reject that party. Whether you see they didn't go and vote or whatever it is, the end of the day, the results just show that the party was rejected. One of the communication aspects for the NPP actually said that from what he is noticing, Ghanaians are missing the NPP. And Ghanaians are crying for them, begging for them, please come back.
Abai ni boy ba ye, boso mi nsia mo pa ni, enyema mo ye nyina no e ko nachi. Obutwe oman na ko nachi. Enti amaye hu no se Ghana fo afi NPP, Ghana fo e so hwe NPP. Enne ama Ghana fo afi yen. Ghana fo edi da ye so se yemra, nyemaji Ghana fo.
Folks, yeah, I think honestly, let me give him his due. I think it's true. Ghanaians are crying for the NPP because Ghanaians are worried that how come before when I get $1, I could get 17 cedis. And the NDC has brought it to what, 10? Yeah, so they are crying. Ghanaians go to the fuel pumps and they are paying less for the fuel and they are crying. They say, one people, Mumra, Namusame to petrol. Mumra, where are you? Ghanaians are crying. You know, so I'm saying this, folks. Honestly, I'm sure many people will hate what I'm going to say, but honestly, my dear friends in the NPP, let Ghanaians understand that you have learned something from your pathetic defeat. And I don't know. Let Ghanaians understand that you have learned something, but you are actually telling many Ghanaians that, oh, don't mind Ghanaians, we are still who we are. Please, even being in this desperate minority, your communicators are still exuding the arrogance. I beg you. Maybe kind of ping. It's like arrogance. So you have actually the nerve to say at this point that many people want the NPP back. What you should be saying is this, that we disappointed you, we failed you, but trust us, we are getting our act together so that when you give us a chance to come back again, we promise you that we will not let you go through such disappointments. And act with that remorse. Say, you fail. You can't say, it was the other way around. Rather, we have a legacy that we have left among for accusing us of looting, among of accusing us from robbing the public purse. It is sermon. And yet, yes, these things happened, but we are determined to make sure say NCBU. Tell Ghanaians that. Let Ghanaians understand that, yeah, Now that you are out of power, you have gone through some thinking and you have realized that the direction was wrong. And that is why the people rejected you. So start talking like that. It doesn't spoil anything. Communicators, it doesn't make you less of human beings to admit the truth and promise that you're going to start from the right course. Because, Charlie, we want to build this nation. We want to build this nation. And it's the same. That's why every time I do this show, when I tell NPP, they advise NDC that don't also take for granted that the people overwhelmingly voted you to come into power. They voted to come into power because they were expecting certain promises you have made. So at the same time, in the interest of nation building, when I'm advising the minority to reset, then I advise NDC, you two, don't lose focus. Let me tell you this, and this is what I really believe. Things have started well, and if things continue the way they are going, trust me, it will make the NDC very, very, very formidable. If things continue the way they are going. So on this note, the advice that I have for the NDC is this. And keep the focus. Keep building on the successes. Don't make any easy claims to victory. Right now, we are so happy that the CD is showing marks of improvement. It is strengthening. Mipacho, keep that. And from the Agrifair that I saw, and from what I heard from Mariko, agriculture is going to be a very, very, very strong factor in this whole resetting process. People are being encouraged, and stakeholders in the agric are actually being encouraged with practical things that can be done to strengthen the agricultural base.
We are advocating that every Ghanaian must have a garden, a home garden in the house. We want every Ghanaian to take advantage of the rich soil and produce something small in the house to support the cost of feeding in the house.
And what I liked about what Eric Opoku was doing, everything was about how he was lamenting the amount of money we spend on basic things. Tomatoes, onions, yam, basic things that we can grow, the amount of money, the millions and millions of dollars we spend on, how can we reverse that so that the money we spent will now stay in this country by improving our own agricultural base.
First and foremost, let me thank CitiFM and then Channel 1 for providing this platform. A platform to galvanize support and generate interest of the people of Ghana in agriculture. You are aware that agriculture is the soul of our economy. It feeds our people, creates jobs, sustains our industries, and anchors our trade. In fact, agriculture is everything. You all understand that a hungry man is not a free man. And so for us to free our people, give them absolute freedom, we need to produce food in abundance to feed the people of Ghana. As we speak, we import a lot of food into Ghana. Our food import bill is estimated above $2 billion annually. And so every year, we throw away $2 billion to the foreign market to go and buy food to supplement local production. So clearly, our agricultural landscape is a paradox which must be looked at critically. Nature has bestowed on us a lot of agricultural potentials. We have the land in abundance, we have water, we have cheap labor, and we are close to market after it's here. So we have what it takes to use agriculture to engender economic growth. And that is why His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, has set for this government an agenda called Agriculture for Economic Transformation Agenda. And to be able to actualize this, we have a flagship program, which is called the Feed Ghana program. The purpose of this program, or the intention, is to ensure that we are able to produce enough food to feed the people of Ghana, as well as industries or agro-industries here in Ghana. It is only when we are able to establish that strong relationship between agriculture and industry that we can throw out the millions of jobs that the youth and the women, the people of Ghana, expect us to do.
If that is the goal, and if that is what Eric Opoku can create, a vibrant agricultural sector and make it attractive so that people will actually get into farming, so that all the stakeholders who are in farming will also improve. So that at the end of the day, all the millions and billions of dollars we spend buying things we can produce, eventually that should stop. Eventually. So all I'm saying is this: if the NDC can keep that focus and prove that this is the direction they are going, so that, let's say, in the next year or two, Ghanaians all start seeing signs that the dependency on foreign exchange to import has gone down. And then we'll see a purposeful difference that agriculture can make in this country. We always say it, but it's all lip service. We have talked about agrics. When the NPP came, it was planting for food and jobs. It was this, it was that. Every time talk about agric. But Mr. Honorable Eric Opoku, if you can prove to Ghana that it is not a lip service, but that you mean to do it, trust me, we will see the visible difference. And that is what we need as a country. To promote our own, to invest in our own, and grow our own. Kenyans have a very nice, I think they have a nice slogan that says, grow what you eat, and eat what you grow when you go to Kenya. You'll be surprised to go to Kenya and visit shops and things. Everything is produced locally. Potatoes, tomatoes, onions, whatever. They say, grow what you eat, and then eat what you grow. That is where I see Eric Opoku trying to head with this whole changes he wants to make in the agricultural revolution.
We are advocating that every Ghanaian must have a garden, a home garden in the house. We want every Ghanaian to take advantage of the rich soil and produce something small in the house to support the cost of feeding in the house.
But folks, as we said in the last time, the role that all of us have to play to make sure that this works is incumbent on all of us to play that role. Look at what Channel 1 and CitiFM have done. That fair was so successful. Successful not just in terms of, say, people went there, but people actually participated economically. The amount of money they raised there, the amount of money the fair raised was just amazing. Every stakeholder was very, very happy. So that is one thing our media need you. Folks, can you imagine what I said in the last one, if everybody gets involved in this? I was very happy when I heard that I think the forces, this immigration, army, all collectively, they have all donated a total of about 1 million Ghana cedis to Mahama Care.
Asked by or called by our minister to create awareness about the importance of this contribution towards the Mahama Care. And we, at our various meetings, we met at our senior level, and all the senior officers have willingly contributed to the care. And then just because we feel that really a large number of our people in the country really need health care. Those of us in the security services, we are fortunate that when we are not well, the government is there to take care of us. But there are people over there who have nobody to take care of them. So, President, with your this good initiative, we feel that it is better that we also support. And the support we are giving is just the beginning of many other supports to follow. So starting from the police have contributed 580,000 Ghana cedis. Immigration 100,000, fire 50,000, NADMO 50,000, prisons 50,000, NACOC 10,000, NIA 50,000, gaming institution, that gaming is 50,000, and then we have the refugee 5,000, Peace Council 5,000. The Minister of the Interior contributed 50,000. The Deputy Minister of Interior contributed 30,000. And then the Small Arms Commission, they also contributed 10,000. So in all, we have 1,002,000 being the total contribution provided. Thank you very much, sir.
Charlie, when I saw that, I said, Charlie, Ghana, it will happen. That is all we need, oh. People deciding, said Charlie, we all have a role to play, so let's play the role. The forces have, out of their own, nobody did fundraising, the forces of Municika, nobody did anything on their own accord. Seeing the signals around them, seeing that the government means business. Say, what can we do? And they raised 1 million cedis for Mahama Care. Show them some love, man. Show them some love. So, folks, I just want to say today, you know, that I'm so happy that right after we did our 100th episode and we talked about the roles that we can play, we are seeing these things come up. You know, with the minority, please, I'm thinking reset. What we have in this political system we have is that, number one, either you are in power and doing everything possible to maintain power, or either you are out of power and doing everything possible so that you can take power. And only that we are grappling with right now in Ghana. If you're in power, Charlie, how do I do whatever I can to stay in power? And if I'm not in power, how do I do whatever I should do to take power? So that becomes the basis of our politics now, staying in power or whatever. My thing and my approach is this. When we have a government that is focused on building the nation, why can't we all focus on that? You can take the power, fine, take the power, whatever. But in the meantime, in between time, let us build this nation. So that even if you happen to take over power, you are taking over power of a nation that is standing on some amazing foundation that is strong. Amazing foundation that has economic, what do we call that thing? Economic shock absorbers. That is what we want. A foundation that is strong. That if you want to take power, take over power not from a foundation that is bankrupt and is near collapse. That's not the power you want. So please, my advice to the NPP, as you are struggling for the power and doing all kinds of things that you want to do, please bring out a leader who's ready to actually move this nation more and more towards national unity, national cohesion, and building a strong economic foundation. That's what you should be looking for. And all this bickering about all people who are once again absolutely supporting Bawumia with all the allies and Bawumia, all of a sudden you are competing with him. So all I can say is NPP, get serious, man. Kennedy Japan, people trust you that you are vibrant. Some people actually say you are one of the candidates in this country who can actually crack the whip. But you messed yourself up. You messed yourself up totally by this all of a sudden endorsing Bawumia that Bawumia is our next savior.
To number one, if he said Dr. Bawumia Nana Kufuado is saying above free SHS who buying Ama and Kola 5.7 million. Actually, across secondary school. Chaboy, the cost of free SHS law, the only person Obetimi aba protected Ama wumi a wofie, Oba wofie, I want to so Obeko school Etimi akobino. This is Otuma Dr. Bawumia.
December 7, Mutu Obama NPP. Mia Kasa Beba Besi 12 classroom block.
And now you're fighting him and you're fighting the system because you don't think he deserves to be the savior.
I was suspecting the year 2016. Oka economy was a year and compensation see our call round to make economy was. The man said, when Mahama media no crazy and Mumpa and I can Japan or my NDC ammunition, NDC for Muntikuruma. When the man said, sir, when your fundamentals are weak, your exchange rate will expose you. When you were saying that $1 was 4 cedis, and now DC for say 3 cedis, 80 pesos. And today, 11.5. The rate of depreciation. What are we going to say? And to me, the baby had no credit be any account. Neither you were unfairly or a mate. He gave 170 questions to Vice President Emisata to answer. And then they also have Vice President or President Tedia. Yentimi and Kanya Waka. Also, you have the inflation and the lock and key. Is that what is going on from 11% to 47%? Is it an insult or the truth? Because I'm telling you your own words that you use. I'm repeating it. And we have to be bold and speak the truth for the country, for the good of Ghana.
So these are the things that are affecting you and the entire front. You are not sending the correct signals already. Trust me, and that can really adversely affect you in 2028. But that's gone, that's besides the point. NDC, please focus on the accomplishments and be even stronger in your focus, because and I'm saying that right now, the signs I'm seeing about nation building seems coherent. So please, let us make sure we get it and we get it right. So folks, here we are at the crossroads, man. And let's say this, that we seem to be getting accomplishments, but there is more to do. You can't say they are catching the doors. But they are catching the doors. There's still plenty more to do. But you can't do that unless you have all of us throwing our weight in, like the media, the pastors and everybody, so that Ghana will definitely rise again. So folks, let me end here and let me remind you, please share the link. All of you who are TALKSHOPians, who are very supportive of what we're doing, all I can say as I end today, share the link, share, and let many people get into the mode of nation time, because Ghana, this nation shall rise again.